you being a cute puppy? You staying out of trouble? No? Today is a day of prep, really, for prepping for 2 weeks from now. In 2 weeks, hopefully, we're gonna have an electrician in to change out the main breakers not main breakers, but the main breaker box in the house. And so this guy is getting replaced with a brand new 40 breaker box that's 200 amp service, and that'll bring us up to code, bring us up to good, and we'll be able to not only meet, code for the city or whatever, but we'll also be able to rewire the upstairs and, the downstairs older portions with brand new circuits and not have to figure out which one's live and not. And so, plus there's just other disgusting stuff that's kind of like this pipe right here is going into the box, and it should end right there, but it goes down in, and that's a big no-no. And then also the fact that the breakers box is here, it really should be probably over in that corner somewhere, but for whatever reason the install was here, and it might have been because there were fuse boxes and then they upgraded it to this breaker box, and the fuses were here, and before that point the code said whatever, but now the code says if it's more than 5 foot from the meter, which the meter is literally, you can follow this pipe right here. It's straight up. Well, you can see it. It's straight up from there almost, but it's more than 5 foot, and code calls for a a cutoff switch. Because, Anyways, but the prep we're going to do, or that I need to do, is all about this wall. Just like with the outside earlier this spring, there's concrete that's falling away, and, because I'm going to build a structure here to hold the new panel, and it's going to obscure this wall from being seen, I want to make it so it's as good as I can make it before I can't get to it anymore. And if I'm going to do one area, I might as well do as much as I can, because there's plenty of other spots that could like right here. Probably when they did this upgrade, they decided to tear in here, and it's left things like this rock is loose. And there's just all kinds of. Anyway, so I need to fill in best I can, and try and clean that up. And then there's some, and see if I can find some other places. But I'll bring my vacuum down, do a little cleanup, and then if I'm going to set up for concrete, I might as well do as much as I can while it's set up. So one of the things down in the basement has been this chest of drawers, I guess. This is pool pump stuff. Maybe I don't think there's anything in here anymore. No. So this thing is literally garbage and needs to get out of here. But I don't think I can carry it. But yeah, I've been able to clean up most of the wall. And yeah, and it's, stuff just falling off it. Oh, there's some more that needs to get vacuumed up. But the point is just getting all the really loose shit just out of here. Maybe I needed to brush it with a brush or something first, because getting more stuff that's falling off. So anyways, to get the loose and the dirt and everything off, so when I come back with actual more stuff, it isn't just, hanging on crap and falls off immediately. But it's looking better. I'm getting cleaner. And then I can, once the concrete dries that I put on here, I should be able to paint this as well and make it look nice as well. But I think at least what I want to get done today is this wall down to there. There's plenty of other stuff that needs to be done in these subsequent sections, down in there and stuff. But the real focal point is this, because I have to build a structure around here to hold the new panel, or at least I want to. I want this to be as good as I can make it before I cover it up and make it inaccessible. sledgehammer camera didn't go so well. I got a couple of hits, but now it's stuck like this. So I think I might have broke something. Oh well. Well, there we go. I got that shelf out of here now, so this space is all cleaned out. But we can see something was living down here, and I think this is pretty old. These are very dry, and I don't put seed out anymore. So maybe Shannon does. But anyways, just in case, I think I'll put out a trap just to make sure. So I moved into the next section, which contains the water softener equipment, and started working at it, and man, this is really bad. Like, you really get in there, and even like this rock comes out, and then you can kind of see down in there. Maybe you can't. It's just really quite a void. So this is going to get reconcreted, all of this, and with my nifty new toy that I haven't shown yet. Let me show it. I got a nifty new toy. I bought this because me and my father-in-law were talking about injecting concrete, and I couldn't, that it would be nice to do so. And I figured if us two thought it was a good idea, there must be a third person out there that's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's make a thing. And lo and behold, ba-da, there's a thing. So. And I really love the drawing on it. It makes me feel like I've just bought my own Red Ryder BB gun from the Christmas Story. But yeah, so I bought this thing. It's basically a caulking gun on steroids. So yeah, you fill up with concrete and you plunge down, and it comes with two spouts. This one's obviously for bigger jobs of some kind, but it has this little tiny one that I think will be more useful for today's job. And also has another plunging handle. I don't know if there's a reason for a different plunging handle, or plunger, but this is one of those things that I think has probably been around longer than I know, and the people who already have them and use them already know how to use them, so they don't really need instructions or something. So I'm not that guy. But we'll play with it and we'll see what. But also on this other side, there's the shelving here. And I was like, I'll just ignore it. But then I started really looking at it, and it's like, there's some really nifty cracks here and whatnot. It's like, this is just in the way, and it's kind of shitty. I'm like, I should, I think with my sledgehammer in the other room, I probably can just bust this thing out. Bust this thing out. And then fix the wall, and I guess if I need more shelving, I'll put in better shelving. I mean, this isn't bad wood, too bad. I mean, this is nice and, stable, but at the same time, I don't really care about shelving. I care about the foundation. So apparently, it won't fit through the door. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe I could save this, maybe I could use it for something. Then I came to the realization that it's garbage and I should just bust it into shit in pieces and move on with my life. Alright, well, I think I've got it cleaned out. So all the floors and ceilings have all been scraped down, and it's exposed a couple holes on this wall that I think are, in bad shape. They could really benefit from some love. So there's some work to be done here, and it hasn't been really worked on in years, I can tell. And then some, just some new holes in here and whatnot. So there's a lot of concreting that needs to happen over here to fill in gaps and kind of. I'm seeing some water on the floor and little damp spots, kind of like right here. Some moisture here. And that might be from just seeping through the ground, as well as this here kind of goes out pretty easily there. So, Side note, or maybe a side benefit, is I've been killing spiders by the ton, so that's a good thing, I think. I don't really like spiders, and so, you know, having them gone, I think is a good thing. But, yep, so I'm going to pack up some tools, because I don't think I need him anymore, and start getting the concreting tools ready. And we're going to start on this side here, near closest to the electric box, get this stuff working, and then work our way that way. And then we'll switch over and probably come over and work this big area here, and then all the tiny little cracks, and run, you know, like concrete in here and anywhere I can inject concrete first. Then any trowel work, which this is going to be some trowel work as well. I'm, you know, just pretty sure of it. This guy I'm not sure what to do about. I mean, I got pipes and whatnot. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. I cleaned it. I thought about putting a concrete cap on the top, but I don't know. I don't know what the best practice there is. But priority is definitely right near the fuse box, getting that ready for the upgrade here in a few weeks. Alright, so I unpacked my gun, and I mean, it's pretty much a caulk gun. I just gotta put some concrete in this thing and slide it in, line it up with the plunger, and plunge away. But yeah, I've never done this before. I have no idea if this is gonna work. It seems really hefty, really heavy duty. I mean, this thing's really kind of nice, and this is all nice machined and cast. So, I mean, by all measures, it's a good product. So, but I don't know. I don't know if it's designed to work with this type of cement or not, or what. You know, what I think I'll do is I'll just mix a really wet kind of concrete, cement, and see how it goes. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I'm hoping it will. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but I just turned on one of the low faucets, and that's what came out of it, so good. Alright, I think I got my mix. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Still a little soupy, a little wet, but I think that's going to work in my favor with the caulk gun thing. So now I'm going to see if I can get it into it. I'm making a huge mess. Ah! Crap! Well, this is the end of the day. I tried my new caulk gun concrete thing, and it just went out the sides with all the extra water that was in the concrete. That's the closest I got to getting anything done. With a little bit most of it just went straight to the floor. So I emergency cleaned up like everything, and still missed some because I tried it over here too, and it just kind of went. Basically, it just went and squirted out all over the place and became a huge mess. And I got no footage of it because I set up the camera going, this is going to work perfectly. How could I fail? Oh well, I guess I got to do some more research and figure out what am I doing wrong. I got, you know, more likely than not, I got the wrong cement. And I need something else. Whatever that something is, I need it and don't know what it is. But good progress for the day. At least all the stuff is exposed and ready. You know, even if I have to do this stuff by hand and whatnot, you know, won't be the end of the world. It just will be more work on my fingers, I guess. Oh well.